Yo, what's up, Trident FD? Carlos bringing you yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about, is a G35 reliable, or my maintenance experience with the G35. So I hope you guys like this video. So I'm actually going to go and find a nice trail so I can record, because it's hot as hell and there's no shade out here. And we're going to just talk about how much I actually spend in 1 year owning the G. I actually owned it for 2 years, but I'm just going to do 1 year maintenance, so you guys can see from there how much money it actually is to maintain a G. And I'm also putting gas in this video as well. A lot of people haven't been putting like gas prices, but if you don't know, you put premium in this bad boy. So it gets expensive. You know, I fill it up once a week and it can get pricey depending on the time of the year. You know, gas prices go up in the summer and stuff like that. We'll talk more about it later on in the video, but let's get to the trail. Talking about how hot it is in Florida, let's see how hot it is inside the G. I bet you it's like almost close to 100. Oh, damn. Oof, nice little startup. Let's see how hot it is. It's 94 outside. That's insane. 94 outside, or it's probably 94 inside the G, honestly. But I'm still sweating balls. Yo, I mounted the camera on the head support. I don't know why, but I think it's kind of cool. You guys can actually see me drive for a little bit. But let's go to the little trail. I have no gas too. But out here in Florida, it's kind of getting pretty crazy. At the moment, we all have to wear masks, so kind of like New York. So I was wondering if I should get like a lip first or wrap my car first, because that's my next couple options. And if I get the lip first, it's nice and all, but then if I wrap my car, it's like, you got no body aesthetic, so it really looks weird. So I'm just wondering at this point. I'm thinking hopefully that I can get both at the same time. Who knows? Maybe I can. But most likely it's looking like the lip's gonna be first. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. It's still a front lip that I'm probably gonna destroy because how low I am. Alright, Trident family, so we made it to the trail. Made it with the G. I actually got stuck on the way into the entrance. Yeah, that wasn't a good experience. I scraped everything on the under tray. Like literally, I don't think I got dents now in the under tray. Exhaust is scraped. Yeah, that's just low life problems. I know you guys probably came here for reliability, but this is horrible. Anyways, so on to the video. This is my 2003 G35, if you guys are new to the channel. I just got suspension, wheels, and headlights so far. And all the other money went into maintenance. So let's talk about that. So when I first got the car, the first thing I did was an oil change. So oil change is gonna run you about $60 with the filter and the oil. So oil is $40, $20 for the filter, so that's $60. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm gonna do an annual spending. So I'm putting everything on the left side. So $60 for oil change. And I do this oil change every month. So in total, 60 times 12, I think it will give you around $720 if my math is correct. That's just off the dome. So look, already you guys have $720 a year just for maintenance on this car. Now people change the oil, it varies, but if you guys don't know, the G35 consumes oil like crazy, so I suggest you do an oil change every 3,000 miles at least. Alright, so on to the second thing that I had to do maintenance wise for this car, and I believe it was the clutch. The clutch went out on this car, I think, what, 2 months? I think it was like 2 months in when I owned the car. So yeah, man, 2 months in, I really didn't experience the car at all. I just had it for 2 months, and I was learning how to drive stick on this car. So part of it was my fault. But then again, the guy, when I got the car, he was telling me that the clutch was going out, so I already knew that. So, whatever. So, the price for that was $200 with the whole kit. I'm talking about flywheel, pressure plate, and clutch. All together, $200 on eBay. I know a lot of people are flaming me probably in the comment section. Why would you get an eBay clutch? What is wrong with you? Yeah. Once I installed the clutch, I was asking the same question. It was pretty bad, and it still is bad. I still have the same clutch, and it's going out, thankfully. Anyways, it was $200 for the clutch. And then I paid labor for a mechanic. It was some ghetto ass mechanic. I would never trust him again. I gave him $400. So in total, that's $600 already for a new clutch. Like I said, this was my yearly expenses. A lot of people differ. Some people get lucky with their G35s. I was not so lucky. I think the third thing that's on the list for maintenance wise I had done with the car was valve covers. Let me actually show you guys. Alright, we are in the engine. So yes, the third thing that did go out was the valve covers on my G35. If you don't know what the valve covers are, this plastic thing right there, and then on this side as well where the oil cap is. I know there's no lighting in here, so it's hard to see, but the valve covers did go out on the G, which sucked ass. Is every G35 owner's nightmare, because if you guys didn't know, the valve covers are they're very sensitive on this car. I have no idea why, but they are extremely sensitive. So I bought the new valve covers from Nissan for $200. The gasket itself was only, I believe, 20 bucks. And then like RTV was 10. So together, 230. But there's a twist. When we were down there, we noticed that the O-rings went out with the valve cover. So what does that mean? There was oil everywhere in the coil packs and the spark plugs. So the coil packs and spark plugs were no good. We had to throw those out. So the spark plugs altogether for all 6, I believe, were 80. And then the coil packs is what was a pain in the ass to pay for. I believe all 6 coil packs brand new were, I want to say, $260 from AutoZone, which sucked ass. That whole repair cost me about, oh shit, is that a thought, man? So altogether, the valve covers cost me roughly about, I want to say, $550 to close to $600 with the valve covers, the gasket, the little miscellaneous parts, and the coil packs and spark plugs. It was just a pain in the ass to do that. That's why a lot of Infiniti owners and 350Z owners don't like doing the valve covers on these cars, because it's just so expensive. All right, moving on to the fourth thing that actually went out on the G. And you might be saying, damn, a fourth thing went out? Yes, trust me. A lot of things went out. The brakes and rotors went out on this car. The brakes and rotors went out. And it was probably between the valve covers and the clutch. So between those two, when I was doing them, the brakes actually gave out on this car. So I had shit brakes. Like, they were scraping rotor, metal to rotor. If you guys don't know what that sounds like, just look it up on YouTube. It's pretty bad. But I went to AutoZone, got a 4-pack of rotors. I believe it came out to, I think the rears were 200, and then the fronts were also 200. So it came out to 400 for rotors, and then the brakes, because they're Brembros, the brake pads were 120. So altogether, it was 520. So yeah, 520, and I put them on myself with the help of a friend. We just did all sides. It was pretty easy, not hard. We didn't flush the brake fluid. That was one thing that we should have done, and we didn't paint the hub, if you can see that. So it was kind of a pain in the ass, like knowing later on when you're, you know, learning this stuff, and you're like, oh shit, we didn't flush the brake fluid. Oh shit, my rotors look like dog shit, you know? Things like that. It gets annoying, but you know, it's trial and error. You learn as you go. All right, so the fifth thing that went out on this car, can you guess why I'm sitting with the hood open? Like, oh shit, another part of the engine went out. Nah, not another part, bro. The whole fucking engine went out. Yes, the whole engine went out on this car. Sadly, you know, after everybody telling me this engine's bulletproof, yeah, not so much. You know, I'm not gonna say that like completely mean it, because a lot of people have different experiences. That's why I said take my experience with a grain of salt. There's a lot of people that actually have reliable Gs. If you do have a reliable G, put it down in the comment below what miles you are at and what problems it gave you. So let's speak about the motor. Lovely motor. What went wrong? So back then, I did oil change every 3,500 to 4,000 miles. I took it to a shop that I trusted because my friends went there prior, and I let them know like, hey, my name is Carlos, I'm, you know, hook me up with the special, because, you know, I'm friends with you, whoever. So they're like, oh, I got you, what you need? So I was like, you know what, my baby needs an oil change. I don't feel like doing it today. Can you do a quick oil change? He's like, yeah, papi, just give it to me, give me the keys. It'll be like 15 minutes. I'll do it for free. That's hella suspicious that he's gonna do an oil change for free, because if you really think about it, mechanics don't get a lot of money for oil changes to begin with, because they only do like $40 to $30 oil changes. So when I got the car back, you know, everything was driving fine. A week later, I was with my girl. We went to the mall and she saw my car was smoking from the back. She was like, yo, Carlos, your car is vaping. And I was like, nah, chill. So I started smelling like a burning smell. It was kind of like a burnt oil smell, right? And I was like, what the hell is that smell? And she told me, like, yo, I'm not kidding, your car is smoking. So we went to the back and we noticed the exhaust was smoking fucking fumes out the ass. Took it back to the mechanic that did the oil change. I was like, yo, my car is smoking from the back, what's the problem? And he was like, yo, papi, that's a bad piston. Like, bad piston? No, the fuck it's not. This motor has 90K on it. And yeah, he told me it was a bad piston ring. So that kind of busted my balls. A new motor for one of these costs about $1,500 to $2,000. So that's what I was looking at. I did what anybody wouldn't have done. I bought a new motor, which cost me $1,500, and I bought some miscellaneous things that I needed for the new motor. Yep, I installed it by myself with the help of my grandfather. He came down from Jersey, and we put that shit in together with the help of Eric as well. All together with the miscellaneous things, and the engine came out to $3,000, which is insane, right? $3,000. I mean, that's half of the car. The car is worth $6,000, so that's half of the car. The sixth and last thing that went out right when I installed my new engine. You seeing what I'm seeing? The tires actually went out, and it was actually I believe that rear right there. It popped, and when I went to the tire shop, they said all my tires were on wire. So I was driving really dangerously. Thank God that I got them replaced in time before I wrecked the car or, you know, harmed somebody. You know, there was a huge learning curve with this car, and I'm grateful for it, because, you know, you learn a lot of things, like not to drive on bald ass tires, you know, things like that. So yeah, the tires cost me around $500. Alright, so one more thing that I want to talk about that a lot of people tend to forget is gas. A lot of people don't talk about gas, and I want to do some quick math for you guys about how much gas you'll be spending a year on the Jeep. So, if you guys don't know, you need to fill up the car with premium gas. Do the math, premium gas is $60 for a tank. $60, you're going to be filling up at least a week. So if you do the math, 60 times 4, which would give you $240, and all you time that by 12 months, you'll be spending that much, if you can even see it. That's $2,800. It's a lot of money. A lot of money for gas that a lot of people don't think, especially if you're really young. You're gonna get a G. Always put premium, because you can fuck up your fuel tank or your fuel injectors. And that's about it for the video. So right here on the left side of the screen is how much it cost me for 1 year of maintenance without the replacement of an engine. There's a lot of things that you have to think of when you get this car. You know, like if this is your first stick shift car, learn how to drive stick before you hop in this, because the clutch is sensitive, you can burn it out. Tires, when you're at a red light and it turns green, stop trying to, you know, pull at every red light, because that takes your threading down on your tires. Gas, all that stuff, you know, it's really expensive. And I hope you guys take a lot from this video. I hope you guys learn from this video. And like I said, it's just my point of view of my experience with the car. Every G is gonna be different. You know, this G wasn't as good to me, but I bet you if you look in the comments down below, a whole bunch of owners have good Gs. I'm not telling you guys, you know, that this car is not reliable, but I had a bad experience. So I hope you guys didn't have one. If you guys, like I said before, if you guys own one, let me know below. Or if you guys are interested in one, let me know in the comments below. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys like the video, and if you do like the video, press the like button, because it helps the channel get to more people. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're almost close to 1K, guys. I can't believe that. Anyways, guys, this is Carlos from Trident FD, and I'm out. Peace.
1A, 2A, 3A, 4. That's that shit I might adore. 44, I'm keeping 2 in my back door. Making these bitches trip while I'm mopping the floor. I will lure any prey to my front door while I stir. I'm mixing up pressure, it's a cure. Drop on my call.